You know that feeling when you look around your house and see stuff? A power drill you bought for that one project, a fancy camera from a vacation years ago, maybe even a car that just sits in the driveway. And then, on the flip side, have you ever needed something for just a day or two, but the idea of actually buying it felt like a complete waste of money? Well, today we're going to dive into that exact feeling and a really cool solution popping up in Sri Lanka. So, what's going on here? Well, it all boils down to a simple universal problem I like to call the ownership paradox, and I'm willing to bet you've felt both sides of this coin. Okay, so let's paint a picture. You're planning a camping trip, and you need a really good tent. Or maybe you're trying to film a short video, and you need a pro-level camera, but just for an afternoon. Buying it? No way, that's crazy expensive and just doesn't make sense. What you need is access, not the burden of ownership. Now, let's flip it. Think about that bicycle in your garage, or the grass cutter hiding in the shed, or even that spare room that's always empty. These are assets, they're valuable, but right now they're just taking up space. And if you're like me, you probably feel a little bit guilty for not using them more. And that's really the heart of it all. This tension between what you need for a short time and what you own but don't use, it creates this massive gap. There's so much wasted value just locked away in our homes. So what if there was a way to bridge that gap? Well, this brings us to the whole point of this explainer. For anyone in Sri Lanka, a platform has come along to tackle this paradox head-on. Let's talk about QuicMov. Their tagline pretty much says it all. This is pulled right from their site. It's ambitious, for sure, but it really gets to the point. They want to be the one-stop shop for this new sharing economy. So what is QuicMov, really? At its core, it's way more than just another app for cars or apartments. It's a huge marketplace designed to connect two very specific groups of people: the seekers who need things and the earners who happen to have them. Okay, so that word everything gets thrown around a lot, right? But when you actually look at their platform, you realize, oh, they're not kidding. The scope of what you can find is genuinely impressive. They've basically built the entire marketplace on these four pillars. Whether you're looking for a place to live, a car for a road trip, a specific tool, or even hiring someone for a service, it's all supposed to be under one single digital roof. To really give you a feel for the scale we're talking about, let's just zoom in on one of those categories for a second: vehicles. And we're not just talking about renting a car for a quick weekend trip. Nope, we're talking about the whole spectrum. Everything from a little scooter to get around the city, to a big van if you're moving, all the way up to heavy machinery for a construction site. The variety is just wild. But honestly, the part that I think is the most fascinating, the real game changer, is the products category. This is where that idea of unlocking value from just, everyday stuff really comes alive in some surprising ways. I mean, check this out. This is where it gets really interesting. These are actual listings from the site. A bridal dress in Matale, a grass cutter in Vaticaloa, a high-end coffee machine in Kandy. This just shows you, right? Super specific, one-time needs are being met, and at the same time, regular items are becoming a source of income for people. Okay, so that covers you if you need something. But what about the other side of it? What if you're the person who has the grass cutter or the spare bike? How do you actually become an earner? Well, that's the beauty of it. The whole platform is designed to make the process of listing your things as easy and straightforward as possible. The goal is to remove all the barriers so anyone with something to share can start making money from it. And it really is this simple four-step path. You just create an account, list your item with some photos and details, and then the platform does the work of connecting you with people nearby who are looking for exactly what you have. It turns a passive object into an active income stream. Theory is one thing, but let's talk about some real numbers. Let's make this concrete. We're going to grab one of those vehicle listings and see what this actually looks like in financial terms. So focus on this number. This is the daily rental price for a single motorcycle listed in Gampaha. Now think about it. If that bike gets rented for just 10 days a month, that's 17,000 LKR. If you rent it out for 20 days, you're suddenly looking at 34,000 LKR, all from an asset that might have just been sitting there doing nothing. All right, let's pull all this together. We've talked about the problem, that ownership paradox, and we've looked at how QuicMov is trying to solve it. So let's just quickly recap why this whole thing matters. It really boils down to this. For seekers, it means you get affordable access to things when you need them instead of paying for expensive ownership. For earners, it's a direct way to monetize assets that are just sitting idle. And for everyone in Sri Lanka, it's about having one trusted platform to bring both sides together. So I'll just leave you with this final thought.
Take a quick look around you, wherever you are, at the things you own that are maybe just collecting dust: the camera on the shelf, the tools in the toolbox, the car in the driveway. The question is no longer just what do you own? It's what could your belongings be doing for you?